last 6 years. And our appreciation for the messages that we have received, the outpouring of empathy, and for your prayers. Thank you. Well, each of us interacted with our mother in a variety of ways. It is the family members that interacted with her the most, and presumably also profited the most from the interaction. I'll touch on some points that came up as we interacted with her, and a few of her many qualities. The profile of Mom's life that is included in the program mentions the many names people used to refer to her. But the only name that says it all is Mom. Mama, Maitu. She was and remains our mother. How many times we, her children, and anyone around her felt her maternal concern, her generosity, courage, and strength. Yes, she was strong. Looking at her in her hospital bed 2 weeks ago, I was sure she would bounce back as she had done before. She still had a lot of strength left. We also know that all mothers are superheroes with superpowers, and Mom was no different. For instance, a few years ago, I received an urgent call from the president's secretary. I was told that the president needed to talk to Bishop, now Bishop Muheria, and they had tried calling him in vain. Alikuwa mteja. The request was simple. Could I call the bishop and pass on the message? I replied that if he did not answer the call from State House, he certainly will not answer mine. However, I said, I know exactly what to do. I called Mom and asked her to call Bishop and tell him to call back the person that had been calling him repeatedly. And that's exactly what happened. Mom called Bishop, who answered right away. The president's secretary called me a short while later to say that they were able to talk to the bishop. All was good now. I stayed in my lane. She was always teaching us something, but interestingly, she did this calmly, in a quiet way, and often by example. And maybe we were slow to learn and put it into practice. I remember when I visited home one Sunday afternoon in 2017. It was a good day, and after a hearty lunch, I took a walk in the farm. When I returned, I forgot to leave my muddy shoes at the door. So I was discussing something with Dad, in the dining room, when we heard Mom call out uncharacteristically, "Governor!" using a label that she never used to refer to me. Dad and I knew right away that someone was in trouble. I never again forgot to leave my dirty shoes at the door. So Mom was certainly a woman of prayer. This was the most powerful lesson that was taught and learned again and again. What is the worth of gaining the whole world and losing your own soul? But I do not recall her ever coercing us to pray. Rather, with her encouragement and example, it made sense to try each day to build a relationship with God. Yes, the daily rosary was important to her. I was always amazed by her ability to forgive. 70 times, 7 times. She did not feel the need to settle a score, point out harshly the mistakes made, or push her to close a deal. Rather, she always pointed to the path of reconciliation and forgiveness. She taught us to be generous, not stingy, in dealing with others. One of the things we learned was taking care of others, particularly the more disadvantaged. She did not remind us like motivation speakers would. The measure of a society is how it treats its weakest members. She just acted accordingly, and her generous actions spoke volumes. I'm sure each of us has many examples of this. It was therefore easy for me to endorse the desire of CBK staff to support the St. Kizito School for the Deaf and similar initiatives that were carried out without fanfare. Additionally, I have reached out to the weakest members within the CBK family, that is, anyone that had recently lost a close family member. But over the last 2 weeks, I've realized that I am now the weakest member of the CBK family. We've been lifted by the overwhelming support our family has received, prayers and condolences messages. The entire family is truly grateful and prays that God blesses you richly. Before I finish, I want to express the family's gratitude to all those that helped Mom over the years, making her struggles more bearable. This includes her caregivers who are with her at every moment, the nurses and other staff at the Aga Khan University Hospital, who I must confess are now on first-name basis with us, and they also believe we are excellent dancers. The remarkable Dr. Gidegi and other doctors. We remember in a special way the late Professor Paul Curie and the priests that brought her the Blessed Sacrament regularly. We are also grateful to the doctors that attended her in South Africa in 2018, the Kenya Airways staff that made sure she was comfortable during her flights, with a special mention of the KQ manager in Johannesburg and the women of Opus Dei who visited her every single day. A big thank you also on Mom's behalf. Like every child, I shared some secrets with Mom. While these are our secrets, I'm sure she would not mind if I revealed one of them. We had a deal that after my term at the central bank had ended, we would visit the shrine of Our Lady at Museve, Kitui. But God had other plans. She passed away the day after Mother's Day, 3 days to her 89th birthday. I was devastated at first, but quickly realized that she was now with Our Lady, and I can still make the pilgrimage to Museve. That is a deal. May the angels lead you into paradise. May the martyrs receive you and lead you to the holy city, Jerusalem. May choirs of angels receive you, and may you have eternal rest.